Hello, everyone. Welcome to the World Tapping Circle. I'm your host, Sonya Sophia, and I am so glad to be here with you. I hope that you are having a beautiful day today. Today's theme is allowing space for love. This is a theme near and dear to my heart, something that I'm continuously practicing and using my own heart, my own vessel, my own vehicle, my voice, my hands, my body, my energy, my thoughts to help create that flow of love on this planet. So I'm going to share some of my internal practices with you today and help you clean out more space inside yourself to help allow the flow of love that exists to flow through you to enhance your own feelings, to enhance your body, to enhance your heart, to enhance the lives of the people in your life as you're connecting with them. So hopefully this tap will be very useful and something that you'll come back to again and again. So where do you find all these taps other than the replay video, which we send to you if you're not here live with us? You're going to find them in the members library, worldtappingcircle.com, upper right hand corner, little orange button, membership area. All the taps that we've done for 7 years are there, and you can do a tap oracle where you can just scroll through and pick one and go, and you'll be surprised at how relevant it will be for you. You can really trust that the part of you that knows everything will guide you to exactly the tap that you need. All right, I'm going to say hi to William in Japan. Yes, I am feeling better. I was out for a couple of weeks dealing with the thing, and I am feeling amazingly better. I have learned so much more about slowing down and self-care, and yeah, lots of deep time for introspection and burning things through and growing and evolving. And it's a humbling process. It's a good process, but I feel like I've been redesigned and refined in the cauldron. Let's see. Diane says, oh, yes, I am feeling better. Hello in Washington. Leroy in Arkansas. Amati, hello to you. Mark, hello in Austin. Katie says hello. Barbara says happy Valentine's Day from Bluff City, Kansas. Hi, Marianne. Hi, Kova. Hi, Tracy. So many beautiful people here today. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Anne in Chicago. I see all these names. Ruel, hello. Diane. Okay. So I'm really glad to be back. And I want to address this feeling that we all have when we are longing for connection, for romantic love, for partnership, companionship. It's one of the basic human needs. None of us are really meant to be alone. And at the same time, so many of us struggle day after day, year after year, month after month to not only find that connection with people and maybe with a special someone, but to maintain that connection and how to nourish that love so that not only is an exciting connection, but it actually deepens and grows and becomes softer and more powerful and more stable and more resilient and more joyous. There's so little education about how do you culture and cultivate love and how do we learn to tend it, right? If it were a garden, you wouldn't just throw seeds randomly and hope something sprouts and then go out and dance around on your seeds and, yell at them to go faster and pull them up to see how they're doing and give them random things, right? You would actually learn about what it is that you're growing and what it needs to survive and what exactly you're cultivating and what kind of seed that is that you either find growing wild or that you're planting, and what does it need? What does that particular seed need? And what kind of seed are you? What kind of love do you need? And how do you communicate in a kind and conscious way to help each other learn about each other so that both people can nourish and nurture that love and allow it to grow and build and eventually nourish the people around you, right? So the problem is that as much as we can learn about these things, which it really does help, it also is true that humans are coming from kind of a sick and crazy and toxic and abused world. So we all have different areas that we either haven't developed or we've literally been damaged and we can't even tell that we're damaged sometimes. So there's an imperfect kind of love coming out of the humans, whether that's the love that you were given by your mother, your father, even the love that you're given by your children, by your friends, by lovers, by peers. It's always going to sort of feel like it's never quite 100%, what you're looking for. And a lot of us will just sort through people and be like, next, 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 and eventually we're like, oh, maybe I can cultivate myself. Maybe I can have better boundaries, better communication, better ways of nourishing this love. But instead of looking for that other person to make me feel safe or to give me like the love that finally allows me to feel nourished, how about I also source that where it originates from? Because it's not 100% going to come from another human, not at the state that we're in right now in our own evolution. So what I want to talk to you today about is going within and finding that source of love, that eternal source of love. I've talked about this in Circle before, but I want to remind you that that love isn't something that you have to like wring out of yourself or beg and beg and beg and pray for. It's actually existing in the field, and the easiest way I've found to find that is to take a few breaths and feel that space between your molecules. So just do this with me for a moment. Take a few deep breaths and allow yourself to feel that space between your molecules. And zoom in on it. And zoom in on it again with your breath and with your awareness until you can feel, as you zoom in and zoom in, that mostly it's space. Now, as you rest in this space, I want you to feel the peace that exists there. Because in this space, literally nothing is going on. It's the place made of peace. Peace is that 0 point of just beautiful, still emptiness, where there's plenty of room. And just relax. Letting your body relax into that room to be yourself. Taking a few more deep breaths. And if you want, you can tap your chest and just letting your body get this information. This space to be yourself, which is really a field of acceptance. Right? So much of what we're looking for from other people is permission and acceptance. We want to feel safe to be ourselves, to be seen as ourselves, to be heard as ourselves, to be ourselves. But that space exists. That space exists inside our physical bodies, inside our molecules. It's mostly space. So as we relax into this field of acceptance, and if you think about it, that space is only doing one thing. It's accepting whatever's going on, right? It has nothing to push with. So as you relax into this space, you're actually relaxing into a field of acceptance. And just say with me, I allow myself to relax into this field of acceptance. So notice how good that feels. So we're actually going to skip the core causes today. I'm just going to have you pre-tap with me, and then we're going to jump into the portal in a few minutes. So just tapping the eyebrows. Showing your body where that field of emptiness, that stillness, that beautiful peace that accepts you exactly as you are, exactly as you've been in every second, exactly as you are becoming. It has no judgment because there's nothing there. There's pure acceptance, and it's the unchanging one. It's the one, the zero. The one meaning the thing that holds it all together is actually a field of acceptance. And there's nothing bigger than that field. No problem bigger, no heartbreak bigger. It actually is the field of eternity. And just letting yourself rest there. Tapping the chest. So now we're going to jump into the portal. And we're going to continue to allow this space for love to expand. So that whatever love is happening or doesn't seem to be happening around you through the other people, it's okay. It can be enough, even if it doesn't feel like it's enough, because this space fills in the rest of it perfectly every time that you allow it. So let's go. Finding the collarbones, dropping down into the front of the chest. Big deep breath. Allowing yourself to breathe again into that emptiness. That beautiful space that surrounds every particle of light, every molecule, every place, every person. It touches everything, snuggles right on up to it. Tapping the front of the chest and breathing. Repeating after me, even though I've been struggling to allow love into my life and into my body, I'm open to loving and accepting myself. And tapping down to the front of the ribs. Even though I've been struggling, big deep breath and tune into where your struggle is. Is it around worthiness? Is it around I haven't known this type of deep, deep love, so I don't trust it, or I can't imagine it exists? What part of you has fear or disbelief or shame or unworthiness that doesn't allow this love to exist? Maybe it's so unfamiliar, I don't know what it's like. And tapping the side of the ribs, big deep breath, and say what's true for you. The reason I don't allow love in yet is, and then speak from your heart, what's true for you. Tapping the inside of the wrist. I'm open to loving and accepting myself anyway. Big deep breath. And as you breathe, I want you to breathe that beautiful space that is acceptance itself into this place in you that has this reason, this fear, this panic or pain. And I want you just to bring that beautiful space to the place inside you that is spasming. I'm tapping the side of the thumb. I'm open to loving and accepting myself, even if many parts of me have never really known love. Big deep breath. Tapping the index finger. Part of me is afraid of allowing love. Big deep breath. Just tune in what your fear is about and say it out loud if you know. Maybe you're afraid it will leave, it will abandon you, or that it won't last because it hasn't in the past, or that it will become toxic and scary. And tap the middle finger. Part of me believes, and then say what is true for you. Maybe it's love doesn't last, or love will turn against me, or I'm not worthy of love, or I have to be more perfect to win love. Big deep breath. I'm tapping the bottom of the fourth finger. I'm open to loving and accepting myself. Big deep breath. Breathing again, that beautiful spaciousness to this part of you that's pretty deeply entrenched in that fear or that thought. Tap the little finger, speak out loud what that limiting belief is, that negative thought or that fear is that keeps you from trusting love, nurturing love, believing that you can experience and flow with love. Tap the side of the hand, say it out loud. Part of me believes or fears, say it again. And breathe. Bringing that spaciousness to touch this fear inside you, or this judgment, whatever it is. Shame, blame, regret. I'm tapping the top of the head. I'm allowing myself to accept this part of myself that's been here, and then say how long it's been here. Maybe it's been here since you were a child. Maybe it's been here. Maybe it feels like past lives. Maybe it's been here since your first deep love. Tapping the sides of the head. How long has this belief or fear been here? First thought. Just accepting for now, with your breath and that beautiful empty space, whatever the answer is. And tapping the temple. I'm open to loving and accepting myself. Releasing this pain. This part of me that hasn't known love. Tapping the cheeks, tuning into that part of you again that sincerely fears or believes that, and then say that fear or that belief, that I'm not good enough, that I'm too much, that somehow I will mess it up or destroy it, push it away, that it won't last. Tapping into the nose, big deep breath into that beautiful empty space filled with acceptance. Bringing that space to this part of you. Wherever that is in your body. Tapping under the lips and breathing. Big deep breath. Tapping the chest. I'm open to loving and accepting myself. Even if I picked up this pattern, this idea from, and then say where you think you got that. Maybe you watched your mom and dad destroy the field of love by fighting. Maybe you watched your mom crying, or your dad shutting down, or people attacking each other. And you picked that idea about love up and said, oh, that's what love looks like. What did you learn from watching your parents? Tap the front of the ribs and speak it out loud. I learned what? Tap the side of the ribs. It's okay. I'm allowing myself to heal and recover from that example of relationship. Big deep breath. Including the part of me that decided, what did you decide was true? Maybe you decided something was true about women, or about men, or about yourself. Maybe you blamed yourself. What did you decide was true when you were watching or sensing that example that was set for you about the availability of love when you were very tiny? I learned that, or I decided that. Tapping the inside of the wrist and breathing, saying what is that you picked up. And tapping the side of the thumb. I'm open to loving and accepting myself, even if this went so deep inside me, because I felt it and heard it and saw it. Tap the index finger, big deep breath. Tapping the middle finger. I'm open to loving and accepting myself. Big deep breath again. Tapping the bottom of the fourth finger. I give myself the possibility of releasing this imprint, even if it's the first thing I ever knew. Even if this is what all the women in my family experienced, or all the men in my family reacted like. Tap the little finger and breathe. Tapping the side of the hand. It's safe for me to release this thought. And then say that thought, that fear, or that feeling again. And notice where it is in your body. This feeling of tension in my heart. This feeling of pressure. Or being outside myself. Big deep breath. And with that breath, bring that beautiful space to the place of tension in your body. I'm releasing this imprint that I picked up from my society, from my family, from lifetimes. Tap the eyebrows, where I saw what? What did you see? People breaking each other's hearts, abandoning each other, attacking each other, blaming each other. Everyone's struggling to pull love out of other people, or hardening their hearts, saying, I don't need love, go away. Self-medicating because deep down they were starving for this deep feeling of connection. Tapping under the lips. I'm open to loving and accepting myself, even if I learned how to do these same things. Big deep breath. Just sending yourself mercy. Breathing that beautiful, empty space filled with acceptance. Into this place inside you that has been growing in this environment. I'm just sending so much compassion to this little human being who has been struggling to survive in an insane world. Tapping the front of the ribs. I'm open to loving and forgiving myself for learning about life and love this way. Big deep breath. Tap the side of the ribs and say again what you learned. Big deep breath. Maybe you learned never to speak up for yourself, or maybe you learned to speak loudly and harshly in order to be heard because nobody was listening. Maybe you learned to disappear your needs, to self-sacrifice. Tapping the inside of the wrist. I love and accept myself. Tapping the side of the thumb. Big deep breath. Breathing again into that spaciousness between your molecules. Bringing acceptance to wherever this old corrupt information has been living in your mind, in your heart, in your body, in your genitals, in your brain, in your spine, in your face, in your eyes. Letting this beautiful spaciousness come rushing in wherever there's been a place of contraction or fear, wherever love has been missing. Tapping the middle finger and breathe. I give myself the possibility of releasing any remaining stress, fear, or pain, including, and then say what it is that might still be there. Maybe it's an experience that you can vividly remember of someone shouting or accusing or attacking, or someone silently stonewalling someone and leaving the relationship emotionally. And tapping the little finger, again, bringing this spaciousness with your breath, surrounding this place that's been waiting to be heard, to be experienced, to be understood. This place in you that's been crying. Tap the side of the hand and breathe. I love and accept myself. I'm allowing myself to redesign my experience of love. Tapping the top of the head. Releasing this feeling of abandonment or of defending myself. Big deep breath. This feeling of leaving my body. Or having to act strategically. Tapping the eyebrows. Big deep breath, breathing into that space. Breathe it into your body wherever there has been this glitch inside you. Sending such mercy and compassion to wherever you picked up this information, from a tortured mother, from a shut down father, from a sick and sad culture. Big deep breath, sending mercy to these humans who did not have the kind of love and support and education that you're getting. They didn't have these tools. They had drugs. They had sex. They had music. They had distractions. Tap the front of the ribs, but they didn't have this kind of truth, this ability to understand and to heal. Big deep breath. Sending them that beautiful mercy, releasing them along with you, helping free your family. Tapping the inside of the wrist. I'm open to loving and forgiving myself, my family, and the people who caused me the most pain around love and relationship, including who? Say their names out loud. Tapping the side of the thumb. And we're going to do this not because they deserve it or because they wrote to you and begged for forgiveness or they gave you back what they took from you, but because you're done dragging them along with you, limiting what is possible because of the bitterness, the sadness, the resentment, the anger, the pain, the grief, the fear in your body. So tapping the index finger, I'm open to releasing this remaining and say what's there for you. Fear of, resentment towards, justifiable anger. What is there for you? Say it again, tapping the middle finger and breathing, focusing on the place that you've lost the most energy, meaning the place where you still have the most pain or fear. Tapping the bottom of the fourth finger. I'm open to loving and accepting myself. Tapping the little finger. I give myself the possibility of releasing this karma, this emotional, and then say what's there for you. Anger, fear, grief, sadness, shut down, stress, judgment, hatred. Tapping the side of the hand. I accept the part of me, so if it's hard to release it, I want you just to accept with your breath and that space, whatever's still there. And say what's still true for you. Maybe it's hatred. I still hate this person. Or I still can't forgive myself for what I did, or what I said, or what I refused to do. Big deep breath. Big sigh. Tapping the top of the head. This remaining, and say what is still there for you. Tapping the sides of the head and the back of the head. A part of me may carry this the rest of my life. Just accepting for now, with the spaciousness of your breath, that there is a part of you that may choose to hold on, that may not know how to let go, and this is just where you are. Okay, this is just where I am. Hang out right there with your breath. Just breathing that breath of spaciousness and acceptance. Like, yeah, this is where I am. This is where I lose connection. This is where I lose trust. Big deep breath. Without trying to change anything, just accepting for now this part of you that is trying to survive, that doesn't know another way to be yet, that grew up in an environment where this was the way, in a world where this was the way. Oh, I love and accept myself, even if this is as far as I go in my journey of love. And just accepting for 30 seconds. This might be as far as you go. Tapping the front of the ribs. 20 more seconds of just accepting right where you're stuck. Yes, this is where I am stuck. Tap the side of the ribs. Let's say it again. Yes. This is where I am stuck, where I am terrified, where I lose presence or peace. Tap the inside of the wrist. Just accepting again for 10 more seconds that this is where you lose your mind, where you lose the plot. I'm open to loving and accepting myself. Tap the side of the thumb, breathing again into that space between your molecules that is filled with nothing but acceptance for exactly what's happening inside you. There you go. Good job. Tapping the index finger. I'm allowing myself the possibility of maturing and growing, healing what happened, no matter how long ago. Big deep breath, tuning in again to what is still there, blocking the flow of love, the feeling of safety, of gentleness. Big deep breath. I'm allowing myself to receive support. Tap the bottom of the fourth finger. Support from this beautiful space. Big deep breath. Tuning into that spaciousness with your breath again. Noticing what's in that space. The only thing happening in the emptiness is light. Light taking different forms, different patterns. That's the only thing happening, space and light. And in this spaciousness, we can call whatever vibration we want, and that light will come in that form. So tapping the side of the hand, I'm allowing myself to be filled with eternal love. Big deep breath. This space, loving through me, through time. Tapping the top of the head. The space loving the light loving the space inside me. Tapping the sides of the head and the back of the head. I'm allowing myself to be nourished by this light, this pure light of love. Tapping the eyebrows, big deep breath. Allowing yourself to feel this love of creation that is making up all things. It's moving through you. It's moving through your breath. It's moving through all these little babies, crawling and walking around, learning how to be humans. It's moving through all the plants and the animals. It's moving through the sunshine, through the stars, through the very air itself. Tapping into the nose. I'm allowing myself, repeat after me, I'm allowing myself to remember that I am made of this love. Tapping the chest, and just notice that you don't have to try to be made of anything. You just are. Right? I don't need to be made of water and air and vitamins and minerals. These things are in me. So I'm allowing myself to be made of this love. Tapping the front of the ribs. This love is eternal. Big deep breath. So I want you just to open yourself to that sense of eternal. So light cannot be destroyed. It can only change form. You literally are made of space and light. There's nothing there that can actually be destroyed. It's just our perceptions that clear and change, die and turn into something new. Tapping the inside of the wrist and breathe. I'm allowing myself to trust this process. The spaciousness being filled with light. The light is made of love. Tap the side of the thumb. Let's say that again. The space. Big deep breath. Sense the space again. That beautiful space of acceptance. Acceptance of all that is you. And now tuning into the light of creation that gives you form, that gives you shape, that gives you physical life. That light is learning, playing, growing, helping our species evolve through helping you and your bloodline, your genetic information evolve. Tap the middle finger. I give myself permission to feel this flow of love. Tap the bottom of the fourth finger. I allow myself to be nourished. Big deep breath. I want you to pull that flow of love into whatever part of your mind, your heart, your history that needs it the most. Maybe it's a scared inner child. Maybe it's a part of you that feels justified at staying angry or bitter. Just without trying to change that part of yourself, just add to that part of yourself this beautiful flow of love. This flow of love contains mercy, no judgment here. Deep, deep mercy. Nothing you have to do to earn it, other than just to say, okay, I will breathe this into me now. So let's make a choice together. I will breathe this into me now. Take it where you need it, where you feel the weakest. Let it into your body physically, tapping the top of your head. Where do you need it? Maybe it's your spine. Maybe it's your heart. Big deep breath. Tapping the eyebrows. I'm open to loving and accepting myself. Tapping the temples. I allow myself to mature and expand, to be healed. Tapping the cheeks. To grow into my natural self. Big deep breath. Breathing this field of light into your body again. Allowing it to flow into and then say where you're taking it in. My stomach, my chest, my lungs. My relationships. Tapping the chest. So this is where you get to cause and create. You're here in this beautiful space with this intelligent love. This is where you can command and create this love into form. I am allowing myself to feel the flow of love, to feel it flow through me, surround me. Tap the front of the ribs, to let it nourish me. Big deep breath. Tap the side of the ribs. I'm allowing others to feel nourished in my presence. Tap the inside of the wrist. I'm allowing myself to stay centered in this flow of love. So take a deep breath and allow yourself to feel where center is. There you go. Tap the side of the thumb. So with the next 3 breaths, I want you to come back and feel where center is again. Like a flower feasting on the sunlight, smiling with its beautiful face up to this warm, sunny sky. Letting yourself be nourished. And just like a flower that exhales its perfume without effort, just because it's being nourished by the warmth of that love, allowing itself to be itself. Tap the middle finger, coming back to your center. Bringing this love inside you, commanding it one more time. I allow myself to become excellent at nourishing the love in myself, in my life, in my relationships. Tap the bottom of the 4th finger. I allow myself to receive the love that is here for me. Big deep breath, breathing that love into your body one more time. This love of creation. This beautiful sacred love made of photons, made of eternal presence. This divine love. Tapping the little finger. I'm doing this for myself. I'm doing this for my body. Tap the side of the hand and breathe. Coming into center, bringing it into the center of your body. I'm doing this for my family, my children, the pets, the plants, the animals, the water, the earth. Tapping all over the body. Tell yourself 4 or 5 loving things. Say it out loud. And take it in. Take it personally. I'm proud of you. I respect you. I love you so much. You're growing. You're learning. You're refining yourself. I trust you. Notice how you're feeling. If you're here live with us, put it in the chat. Let me know how you're feeling, what you've learned. If you're watching this in the video library or on replay, write it down. Take a moment to journal. Sometimes I write things in big, bold letters and stick them where I can see them, continuing to repeat the lesson inside me so that it can normalize and stabilize, and this new level can be the new baseline of attainment. It might take a few weeks of repeating this lesson for it to really ground. It might only take a few more minutes until it's yours. It doesn't really matter. What matters is that you show up, that you're practicing, and that you are relentlessly loving with yourself so this world may know peace, so that our people may prosper and continue to mature and be well. I am looking here into the chat. Marianne says, Colby says, I went from an 8 down to a 1, feeling really great, relaxed, calm. I really needed this. Sheila says, that was really powerful. Thank you. Kova says, much love to you, Sonya. I love you. Corey says, loving you from Bright Star. Gina says, thank you so much, Sonya. I am enough. My life is enough, and I am growing. I trust the process. Marianne says, from a 5 down to 0, feeling tingly and full of light. Lilac says, that was an emotional ride. Riel says, wow, it feels great. Thank you so much. Well, thank you all for taking the time to be here with me today. I know it was deep. I am also growing and maturing and being reformed, regrown into the next level of myself. So thank you all for taking yourselves to task. I'm going to remind you that our circle is supported by subscriptions and donations. If you can donate to us, we would deeply appreciate it. We are growing our ability to train more practitioners and to create a permanent space for people to heal and grow and learn how to help others. So there is a pop-up there, and you'll also find it in the video library to donate. And speaking of the training, there is still some room in the April practitioner training. So the link for that is trainwithsonya.us, and it is an application process. So fill out the application. It ends with a personal phone call with me to see if we are a good fit for each other. And if you would allow me, I would love to be your EFT teacher. 2/3 of it is just you working on you. 1/3 of it is you learning how to give really powerful sessions to help others. So I encourage you to make that commitment, take that leap of faith, and see what it is that you can do to help the healing of yourself and humanity. I am going to leave you with one of my favorite songs. I know that I've played it in here probably once or twice, but it is such a powerful song. And I, really listened for many hours today about what song to play. And this song is by one of the most beautiful voices I've ever heard. So deep, such true medicine music. And I'm excited to introduce you to Terra Divina. This song is called Be Love. So listen deeply to the words, and I love you so much. I look forward to seeing you again in the circle.
I surrender the known for the magic to unfold. I surrender the old for the new. I surrender the ways that have held back my days of living my prayer for truth. I call in my prayer, it is simple and clear. It wants me to give and receive love. I call in the light to make everything right and show me the way to just be love, and show me the way to just be love. I surrender the known for the magic to unfold. I surrender the old for the new. I surrender the ways that have held back my days of living my prayer for truth. I call in my prayer, it is simple and clear. It wants me to give and receive love. I call in the light to make everything right and show me the way to just be love, and show me the way to just be love. I surrender the known for the magic to unfold. I surrender the old for the new. I surrender the ways that have held back my days of living my prayer for truth. I call in my prayer, it is simple and clear. It wants me to give and receive love. I call in the light to make everything right and show me the way to just be love, and show me the way to just be love. I surrender the known for the magic to unfold. I surrender the old for the new. I surrender the ways that have held back my days of living my prayer for truth. I call in my prayer, it is simple and clear. It wants me to give and receive love. I call in the light to make everything right and show me the way to just be love, and show me the way to just be love. I surrender the known for the magic to unfold. I surrender the old for the new. I surrender the ways that have held back my days of living my prayer for truth. I call in my prayer, it is simple and clear. It wants me to give and receive love. I call in the light to make everything right and show me the way to just be love, and show me the way to just